super hot. Hey, Cuisine Comfort Zone. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, go and put hashtag pajama in the comments below so it's the first time you're being exposed to Pajama Grandma. Today is day 318 of the Daily Scare Share, where we do one thing a day from the book, do one thing a day that scares you to stretch our comfort zone, and in my case, get me out of the rut that I'd been living in, and maybe for you, just help you move toward what it is that you want to achieve or have or be or do in your life. That's what I'm using this challenge for, to stretch my comfort zone, to tip my toe out one day at a time, and to expand my circle of comfort so that I'm willing to do and try and be more of what I want to be in this life and what I want to create in this life. Today is one of those cool grid days. I don't know if you can see that. I already filled it out because otherwise I wouldn't know what to talk about. But the grid day today is, handy dandy magnifying glass. It says, go outside your comfort zone, your dining comfort zone. It says, think about different cuisines to try and diagram how far they fall outside of your comfort zone. So the bottom is my comfort zone. The little square in the bottom is what am I comfortable with? What would I eat all the time? No problem. I do it all the time. In that, I put anything caramel. Anything with caramel on it, I'm probably going to eat. American food, almost all American food, all regions of the country, I love. Mexican food, okay, now I'm going to qualify this. American Mexican food, American Chinese food, American Italian food, because pizza would fall into that category, right? And as far as Mexican food go, I love Tex-Mex Mexican food, but as far as I've traveled a lot in my corporate career to Mexico, and I ate a lot of different things. And some things I would try, some things I wouldn't. But food in Mexico is very different than our American version of anything, right? But definitely of Mexican food. Then the next category is, what are you willing to try? Well, I'm willing to try variations of anything and everything and little extensions of things that I'm used to and things that I'm already comfortable with. I think Chinese food, now they've got Indian. Oh, I guess I forgot. I like Indian food from India. I like spicy foods, and I've just recently found out that they're not good for me, and they can add to my inflammation, so I'm a little more careful with them. But for about 7 years, I loved spicy foods. I couldn't eat spicy enough foods. So willing to try variations and extensions of those. So, for example, extensions of the different Asian countries that are popping up, and the different cuisines that are popping up, like, Thai food, Mongolian barbecue, is that it? I don't know. There's all kinds of different ones, but I'm willing to try. I'm actually willing to try a lot of things, but it doesn't mean I'm going to love them. But I'm actually willing to give them a try. Then it says reluctant to try. I will say I am reluctant to try sushi. I've had a little bit of sushi before, but I like my food cooked. I don't like raw food, with the exception of my steak. I like medium rare, but otherwise, yeah. I'm not pretty much going to try anything raw or that isn't cooked or that looks disgusting. I did try worm tacos when I was traveling in Mexico. I'm just going to say they weren't delicious. They kind of still creep me out when I think about them. And then the last one is terrifying. What are you terrified to try that has to do with different types of cuisine or eating? And I put anything with its head on, or anything that resembles what it came from. I don't like food that you can see what it was. So I might eat it, but like I've been to barbecues where they do the whole pig or the whole cow. I hate that. I don't want to see what I'm eating as if I would have known it. It's like when you grow up on a farm and you raise animals and then you're eating, the prize cow or the prize pig that you raised from a little bitty piglet or a little bitty calf. I could never do that. I'm glad my dad always threatened that he was going to get a pig or a cow and we were going to raise it and then eat it. And of course, being from a family of 4 girls and my mom, we all kiboshed that idea because we're like, we're not eating anything that we raise. We're not eating our pets. No. And I thought it was really interesting that the more authentic the type of food and cuisine from what I'm used to and what I grew up with, the more scared I am to try it. The more likely I am to say no to that cuisine. But for the most part, I am a pretty open to and adventurous eater. Of course, there's things that I try and I don't like. When I lived in the South, I tried okra a dozen times. I still think okra is the most ridiculous, stupid, disgusting tasting vegetable on the planet. Now, I know there's people that love okra, but for me, I've never had an okra that I like. I just don't like it. It doesn't taste good to me. And we're all different. We all have things like that we like and don't like. So I thought this was a really fun grid and a really fun exercise. So do this. Ask yourself, what type of cuisine do I eat all the time? What type of cuisine am I willing to try? What type of cuisine am I reluctant to try? And what type of cuisine is terrifying to me? I remember my dad came back from Japan and he told us about eating eyeball soup. And I'm just not ever eating anything with a floating eye or anything made of any type of animal's testicles. Not going to happen. Anyway, that's it. Have a fantastic day. Stretch your comfort zone today and every day just a little bitty bit. Whether you get an opportunity to dine or try something different today or whatever it is, find some way to grow today because that's what it's all about. It's all about creating the life that we want, and that involves stepping out of our comfort zone and stretching it just a little bit. That's it. I'll be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. You got this. Don't be scared.